Hi, I'm Pattu from FreeFinCal, and in this video, let's discuss why the Principal Nifty 100 Equal Weight Fund is rated 1 star by Value Research. Well, the reason is that the Value Research rating is wrong. In fact, in this case, it's extremely wrong, and there's nothing wrong with the Principal Nifty 100 Equal Weight Fund. So, the Nifty 100 Equal Weight Fund is essentially 100 stocks from the NSE that have the highest free float market capitalization, and the Nifty 100 Equal Weight Index will have all these 100 stocks in equal weight, in equal proportion. There are two index funds that currently track the Nifty 100 Equal Weight. One is from Principal and the other is from Sundaram. And the Sundaram mutual fund was launched just a few months ago and is currently not rated at Value Research. The Principal Nifty 100 Equal Weight Fund has a 1-star rating at Value Research. Now, many people have asked, why is this? I have talked about the Nifty 100 Equal Weight Index Fund in several of my posts, and I have shown that it is a very good fund and is very hard to beat by many active funds. And so people have looked at the Principal index fund and said, come back and said, look, it's rated 1 star. And look at this graph. This is the Principal 100 Equal Weight Fund, which is the red one, and the black one is the index. Look at the huge difference between the benchmark and the index. Look at this huge tracking error. What are you saying? You said you invest in index funds. What are you saying? This is so bad. It's a 1-star fund. What is wrong with you? That's the kind of comments that I've got. And I would like to clarify in this video that there's nothing wrong with the Principal Index Fund, and this is an error on the part of Value Research, and mutual fund star ratings are wrong in general, and in this case very wrong. So you must understand the history of a fund before you start analyzing it. So you can't simply take a fund, download the NAV and start analyzing it, calculate all sort of ratios with it and so on. You should understand what was the fund a while back. Was it the same fund? Was it a different fund? Did something happen to the fund? See, initially Principal Mutual Fund was actually Principal PNB Mutual Fund, and in July 1999 it started a index fund tracking the Nifty 50, and in May 2014 it started a mid-cap fund, the only mid-cap index fund at that time, and now currently there are no mid-cap index funds. This mid-cap index fund would track the Nifty Free Float Mid-Cap Index 100 Index. It was then called the Nifty Free Float Mid-Cap 100 Index. Now it's just called Mid-Cap 100. But unfortunately, I think because of poor sales or whatever the AMC felt, on June 2017, they sold the mid-cap fund and merged all the AUM with the Nifty Index Fund. And that is okay. So up to June 2017, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the index fund could still be rated. The Nifty Index Fund could still be rated because it just got a little bit of AUM extra from the mid-cap index fund. There's nothing wrong with it. But on May 9th, 2018, the Principal Index Nifty Fund became the Nifty 100 Equal Weight Fund. This is what is known as a fundamental change in attribute of the mutual fund. That is, when the investment strategy or asset allocation of the mutual fund changes by a large extent, then the AMC will intimate the unit holders saying the fundamental attribute of the fund has changed, and they will give a 2-week or 3-week window over which you can exit from the fund without any load. And such a announcement was made in April 2018. And from May 9th 2018 onwards, the Principal Nifty Fund became the Principal 100 Equal Weight Fund. That is, overnight, a 50 stock index fund became a 100 stock index fund tracking a different index. Therefore, Value Research should have stopped rating this Nifty 100 Equal Weight Fund from May 9th onwards. From May 10th 2018 onwards, they should have said unrated, because the fund has become a different fund. But they did not do that. And the mistake they did, as you can see here, is that they, in their fund page, after the fund changed benchmark, they started comparing the NAV of the benchmark prior to the change also with the Nifty 100 Equal Weight Fund. See, only around this point the benchmark changed to Nifty 100 Equal Weight. But during all this period, Nifty 50 was the benchmark. But when you suddenly change the benchmark and compare it with Nifty 100 Equal Weight, it looks as if the tracking error is huge. and obviously if you have this kind of a performance of the benchmark, the star rating will be very poor, right? So this is the reason why I keep saying do not trust star ratings. They are wrong. You don't take them seriously and get confused. Use value research, not for star ratings, not for opinions. Oh my god, never read their opinions. Use it only for pure data. See, the star rating methodology of value research says value research does not rate an equity or hybrid fund with less than a 3-year performance and a debt fund with less than a 18-month performance track record. So this Nifty 100 equal weight is only about 6-7 months old, right? So it should have not rated it. That's the mistake they did. So that is the reason why you get the 1-star rating. Don't worry about it. If you actually take the benchmark and the growth of the Principal 100 index fund, this is the direct plan. So I have taken the benchmark of Nifty 50 TRI, and then from May 10th 2018 onwards, I have normalized it and added the Nifty 100 equal weight benchmark. So there are two benchmarks here, so I have added them and normalized it. So this is the fund versus the index. So this is quite okay. This kind of tracking error is I think fairly okay. There's a little bit of tracking error increase compared to this point, but I think it's as of now okay. But that's natural. With time, the expenses will build up and you will see that deviation more. So I think it's quite fine. There's nothing to worry about. And this is the 3-year rolling returns. So about 700 data points in the red line and blue line. So the red line is Nifty 50 TRI until May 2018, and then the last few months it's a Nifty 100 equal weight. But you can see that's quite good enough. There's really no problem with this fund. I think it's a fairly good index fund. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the fund. Don't worry about the star rating. I said stat rating. It's not stat rating. Star rating. Don't take the star rating seriously. Please avoid using it. You will get confused. It will just make you your decision making difficult, because you will buy a fund, you looking at 5-star, and then after 6 months it will become a 4-star or 3-star. Then you start worrying about your decisions. That is completely wrong. Once you start investing in a fund, you should always compare or make any kind of analysis from the date you started investing in the fund. Do not look at any kind of star ratings. So there are two Nifty 100 equal weight index funds. They have low AUM. One is from Principal, one is from Sundaram. If you want me to choose between these two, I would say I will go with Sundaram, because that started with a clean history. It started as a Nifty 100 equal weight fund. So that's that. So don't worry about that 1-star rating. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon for notifications. And also, if you head over to the community page, I have asked what are the real problems. I'm looking at them and I'll get ideas. In fact, I wrote a post and I'm making this video because I got a comment that reminded me of this problem. Many readers have previously asked me. So do have a look at that and let me know what you feel. So, and I'll catch you again in another video. Bye bye.